The IRS says 21 days with direct deposit as their general guideline. There's a lot of Americans across the entire country that are getting very antsy right now to get their thousands upon thousands of dollars to hit their bank account. Well, I want to explain the details right now as far as what we're dealing with, the guidelines out of the IRS, what we can anticipate here over the coming days, weeks, and months. And I also do have this information right here, which I'm going to pop up on the screen in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what this is saying. I will explain all these details for you as well, and this will be a good visual representation of what you need to understand. Now, we all recognize just a few days ago, actually not that long ago, on January 26th is when the IRS started accepting federal tax returns to be filed. Okay, that's when they started accepting them. However, just because somebody files right away does not mean that the IRS is going to issue their refund right away at all. In fact, like I said, they typically say 21 days is the general guideline. 9 out of 10 returns are processed and refunds are submitted within that 21-day period, basically 3 weeks from the time that you submit. In fact, let's pop this information up right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details of this. Let me explain. Now, this is an AI summary. I kind of like these because they're very clear and concise, and they give us all the information we need to know, and we don't need to read some random article. Anyway, so the 21-day guideline is basically saying the IRS says, basically, don't call us, don't contact us, don't ask us where your refund is. Give us at least 21 days. Like I said, 9 out of 10 tax returns are processed in that amount of time, and refunds are issued provided somebody files electronically, and they also have direct deposit information included on their tax return, which is very, very important, especially right now in early 2026 as we're, filing our tax returns, okay? Now, here's the deal as well. We've also heard out of many people, most notably the Treasury Secretary, that the average refund this year in 2026 is going to be over $4,000, the biggest refunds we've ever seen in the history of this country. However, here's the process. The IRS is pretty much short-staffed right now, and we've heard from many different individuals just so far over the last several weeks, basically since the beginning of the year, that it's probably going to take a little bit longer this year to process these tax returns and get these refunds out to individuals. Now, if you happen to be somebody, which there's tens of millions of people out there that do this, if you happen to be somebody that is also claiming the EITC, the Earned Income Tax Credit, or I should say, or the ACTC, Additional Child Tax Credit Payment, if you happen to be somebody claiming those, and again, by the way, this is not tax advice, this is not accounting advice, I don't know your exact situation, talk to your own CPA, talk to your own accountant to see if that's something that you can claim. I don't know that for you. Everybody's situation is very different. But point being is, if you happen to be somebody claiming those credits, then you also need to recognize, by law, the IRS cannot issue refunds for those, the EITC or the ACTC, until after February 15th. Okay, so it's going to be a little while here, right? They have to start issuing them after that. So it could take a few more weeks after that time frame to actually go in and get that money actually issued to you. Now, you might be thinking, okay, how do I track this? Where do I go? What do I see? How can I follow this money and see when my tax return is actually being processed? When is the money actually being sent to my bank account? When am I going to get it, right? We all want to know when, right? We all can't wait another minute. I agree. I'm right there with you. I'm very, very impatient. We can use the IRS Where's My Refund tool. Okay, you can check that on the IRS website. Make sure that you're on irs.gov. irs.gov is that's the authentic website. Make sure you're on the authentic website. There's probably some fakes out there. I mean, I'm just anticipating based on how many different phishing situations there are out there. But just make sure that you're on the authentic IRS website. But you can check the Where's My Refund tool. You can check that out. And you can see the process in which is happening, okay? But the key takeaways here are this. The best and the fastest way to get your refund, and again, obviously there's some legal limitations here. Again, like I said, if you claim the EITC and or the ACTC. If you happen to claim either of those, they legally can't do it until after February 15th. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit of a limitation there. But the fastest and best way to get your money as quickly as you possibly can is by, number one, filing electronically, and then also inputting direct deposit information onto your tax return, which I would imagine you're doing that anyway, but I'm saying if it has missing information or if you forget to put on direct deposit information, that's just going to slow the process in which it's going to take to get that money back to you. So check all that stuff, double, triple, quadruple check it before you submit any return to the IRS. Make sure that that information is there. If you go to an accountant or a CPA or you go to a professional, somebody to file your return for you, make sure that they have all this information. And again, go through your return line by line with them and make sure everything is accurate, because here's the thing. What else could possibly slow down the processing of your refund? Inaccurate or basically missing information on your tax refund, or on your tax return. You definitely don't want that. You want to make sure that everything is complete, and it's going to be certainly worth your time to go through before it is officially filed, before they push the button to submit it. It'd be worth your time to go through it line by line by line to make sure that everything is accurate and everything is filled in to the best of your knowledge and based on what you have out there as far as your official tax documents, your W-2s, your 1099s, whatever it is. Every last dollar of income is accounted for. Every last expense is accounted for. Everything is accounted for on there. Very, very important. And again, I want to make it very clear, I'm certainly not your accountant, I'm not your CPA, talk to your own professional, but I'm saying we all want that money as quickly as we possibly can. I am right there with you, right? We all want it as fast as we can. The best way to do that is making sure that everything is accurate and fully filled out in its entirety before we submit that tax return to the IRS, okay? Anyway, just want you to be very aware of this. Again, we all get very anxious and we all get very antsy this time of year when we can smell the money, right? We can smell the money in the water, or money's not going to be in water, I guess, but you get my point, right? We can smell it out there. We all know that it's going to be coming, at least, hopefully a lot of people will be getting a bunch of money back and refunds. And again, they continue to tell us these are going to be the biggest refunds that we've ever seen in the history of this country, simply because of that huge tax cut bill that was signed into law on the 4th of July in 2025. And a lot of those effects are coming in now when people are filing their 2025 tax returns right now in early 2026. And they're saying, hey, we're going to see huge refunds because of that. And not only that, as people adjust their withholdings and things like this for 2026, that they're probably going to have more money in their pocket on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis, simply because less taxes will be taken out of their pay each and individual month. So we'll see more there. Anyway, that's just what they're saying. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I hope this helps you understand this. And again, if you want to track your refund, you can go on the IRS website, use the Where's My Refund tool. And again, please authenticate that you are on the proper IRS website, okay? irs.gov. Make sure you're on the right one. I'm sure there's some fakes out there trying to get your information. Anyway, I hope this helps you. And again, as always, if you happen to be enrolled in Medicare, if you need to enroll in Medicare, if you're on Medicare and you have any questions, anything like that, if you need help finding the right Medicare plan coverages for you and your personal needs, please call Chapter Medicare. Phone number's right there for you. About 10,000 of you in this community have called them just in the last year, collectively saving over $2 million. About 1,000 people so far this year have already called right there, collectively saving well over $1,000 per year per individual, just by calling that phone number right there, which is absolutely incredible. And again, it's free. Well, you can see it right there, free Medicare help. You can see it for yourself. But anyway, if that happens to be you, call them. They can certainly help you out. Again, Chapter Medicare, they've helped about 10,000 of you that have called just in the last year or so, saving millions of dollars. And my secret little goal for this year is to have those of you just in this community, just on this channel, collectively save $10 million by the end of this year, 2026. That'd be amazing. Again, savings, money back in your pocket of just savings by calling Chapter to get free help with your Medicare and see what options and flexibilities you have. I think you may be shocked. Even early on right now in 2026, I think you would be shocked with the optionality, the flexibilities you may have right now. call and ask. That's my philosophy in life. Call and ask. And a lot of times I think you'll be shocked with what you get just by asking. I ask all the time because it doesn't hurt, it's free, and you typically get a lot of things simply by asking. Anyway, please enjoy your day. I hope this helps you. Please subscribe if you're new here, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below as well. Otherwise, let me know what else I can do for you. Drop your comments, questions, feedback down below. Otherwise, call Chapter. And after you talk to them, by the way, drop a comment down below. Use the word chapter within your comment. That's the keyword I search for to find the comments. And I'll add your comment to my very long list of comments that I've been compiling here. And I've been pulling these out of the comment section over the last couple months here. All right, anyway, I'll feature you in upcoming videos. Otherwise, enjoy, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good one, and I'll